So the first question I have is, I feel like I'm trying so hard and not getting one-on-one clients. I just don't know where to start again and refresh. So if you are feeling like you're trying so hard to get one-on-one clients, but it feels like it's not working for you, these are some of the things that you might want to go through in your mind to help you achieve the result that you want. So first things first, you want to ask yourself, do I have an offer? And am I really clear on my offer? So if you were walking down the street and someone bumped into you and said like, hey, what do you sell? Would you be able to talk about that offer to them without needing to look at notes, without having to refer back to a PDF? Do you know so much about it that you could just chat about it like easily and effortlessly? Because at the end of the day, when we're selling something, selling is a transference of energy. And we know that communication is only 7% words and 93% energy. So you want to know what your offer is top to bottom. You also want to believe in your offer. You want to feel like it's like the best thing since sliced bread, so that you can talk about it. You can communicate about it. You can answer objections around it. You can teach people why this is the best thing, the thing that they need. And you can also infuse your energy into it. So if you're reading off of a script about your offer, you're not going to have that same energy as if you were like, this is what I have, and this is what it'll do for you, and this is how these shifts help me, and this is how these techniques help me. So you want to make sure that you're really, really clear on that offer first and foremost. I always equate it to, if you've ever read a really great book or you've ever watched a really great movie, after it, you're like, oh my gosh, you have to read this book. Like, he talks about this and he writes about this, and I got this shift. And so the same way that you would write about the same way that you would share about those shifts, about that book that you loved or that movie that you loved, that should be the excitement that you have when you talk about your offer too. And that will come when you believe in your offer. So have you been your own best coaching client? Have you worked through some of those transformations and seen a transformation in yourself, and then infuse that into your work? Once you know what your offer is, that is going to make it a lot easier for you to create content around it. So once you know what your offer is, maybe you have a sales page or somewhere where it's listed, or maybe you even have a series of Canva slides that you post on your stories, just so someone can read through all of the modules of your program. Then this next step is creating some kind of content around it. So, if you're a podcaster, you might share it in your podcast. If you're a YouTuber, you might share it in your YouTube. I use social media a lot. So some of my suggestions for social media are, look at your offer and ask yourself, the type of person who would sign up for this program, what are they currently working on or thinking about or moving through in their life? What struggles are they currently facing, or what outcomes do they currently want? And that's going to guide you through your content to create. So first and foremost, you can share your story. Your story will often parallel your offer. So for example, let's just say your offer is about going from single to landing your dream partner, or it's going from eating unhealthy foods to getting your dream body. You would want to share your story about how you used to eat unhealthy foods, and then you were able to release those, and then you started to eat healthier, and now you have your dream body. So you're sharing your story of the transformation that you created, so that now people who are following you, they're like, oh my gosh, this person has done exactly what I want to do, and I trust that they can show me how to do it because they have literally done it. So talk about your story, the path that it took you to where it is that you are. Talk about your framework. So when you design your program, you're probably going to create some kind of framework of the steps to get from point A to point Z. So in your content, you could talk about that framework at a high level. So let's just say your offer has 5 modules. Your content could be like 5 steps to get to XYZ. And then your content briefly covers the 5 steps in that framework. And then you would let them know, we go much deeper on this in my program. Another thing that you might want to do in terms of content is look at what's in your offer and create a teaching around that. So let's just say module 3 of your program on healthy eating is about valuing yourself more so that you want to eat healthy instead of want to eat unhealthy. Maybe one of your posts is about that. So maybe you help them overcome a limiting belief, like, I just can't eat healthy. Or maybe you have a post that's like, here's how to make healthy eating easily, or here's how to ditch junk food, right? So you have a post that's like a mini teaching of something that you go deeper on in your coaching. And then other types of posts are sharing your results and celebrating your wins. That's why I'm such a big proponent of celebrating your wins. Celebrate your wins with your community too, so that you can show them what's possible, and celebrate your client wins. So if you are working with clients and your sample clients and they're starting to see shifts in and sharing testimonials, share those testimonials on your social media or with your email list or wherever it is that you put your posts out to the world. And so when people can see that you help your clients get those types of shifts, they're going to, they're going to be that much more likely to believe that you can help them get that type of shift as well. And I'm definitely a proponent of using multiple platforms. I know at the beginning it can get overwhelming if you're trying to like post on Instagram and Facebook and this and that. But I feel like with social media, sometimes something gets a bunch of views and then sometimes something doesn't get a bunch of views. So unless you're a social media guru already, go for it. But what I do is I use this tool called repurpose.io because I'm not like, I know I've gotten really far on social media, but it's still something that I'm figuring out. So rather than me trying to make the most viral thing that doesn't necessarily align with what I actually want to say and what I actually want to share with the world, what I do is I share what I want to share with the world or what I think could help people. And then I just post it to multiple platforms. So you have to decide on the strategy that works best for you, but this is what I do. So what I do is I use this tool called repurpose.io, and I'll make my reel or TikTok or whatever. And then I post it to TikTok, and then we'll automatically post it through from TikTok to Instagram to Facebook to YouTube Shorts to Pinterest. So literally just puts the same piece of content on all the platforms. Different people have different feedback on that, but that's just what I'm doing. And then sometimes I will also take the caption, and that could be an email. One thing I would like to do, but I'm not the best at, is also turning it into a blog post. But to be honest, I haven't been on top of my blog post, but it's something that I would like to do. But just think about how you can take those content ideas and stretch it so it goes a little bit further so that you're speaking to different platforms. And so that will help you grow your community because all of that content brings people back to the type of offer that you have. It's all aligned. And then you want to make sure that you're consistently selling. So if you have a one-on-one coaching offer, and for example, you have 5 spaces available, because if you had more than 5 or 10 spaces available, if you had more than 10 clients, you would be too overwhelmed. You wouldn't be able to handle all the clients. Then what you can do is post on your Instagram stories or to your email or your content, wherever it is that you're posting. You can post and then let people know in your call to action. So you give a lot of value. And then in your call to action, you say, I have 10 spots available for XYZ coaching. Talk about your offer, talk about what they'll get, talk about the outcomes, the benefits, how much their life will change, et cetera, and then let them know how to sign up. So you could say, head to my link in bio to book a call to learn more, or head to my link in bio to sign up. Using the words link in bio, obviously, apparently get your content shadow banned or whatever, but try to work around it. Like sometimes I'll say head to the top of my page. Or what I do is I use this tool called ManyChat. And so a lot of the time, if you look at any of my content on social media, you'll see me offer for them to use a trigger word. So I'll say something like, type in blue to come to my free masterclass, or type in manifest to buy this manifestation course, or whatever it is that I'm selling or offering. And that will invite people to take the next steps to work with you. So if you know that you have 10 spots, continuously showing up and putting out that offer until those 10 spots fill up. If you find that you're continuously putting up your offer and people aren't purchasing, then remember there's no such thing as failure, only feedback. So simply just look at, how am I posting about my offer and how can I improve how I'm talking about it. So maybe people are looking at it, but they feel like they don't really like want it. How can I show people? How can I explain to people how much this changed my life so that they believe that this could change their life as well? Because maybe you're not using language that resonates with them. Maybe they're not able to see how much it's going to change their life, et cetera, et cetera. So just remember, like, don't give up the first time you post and no one buys. Just remember, there's no such thing as failure, only feedback. And a lot of the time, people sign up for Yes Supply and they'll say, I've been following Yes Supply for 3 years. I've been on your email list for 6 months, da, 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 and I'm only just buying now. So imagine I gave up selling 3 years ago, then that person who bought last week wouldn't have been able to buy. So once you have that signature program that you've designed, now you can continue to launch it again and again and again. And eventually you will become known for this certain thing. So I've become known for a coaching certification. I've become known for my money mindset program. I just launched a personal development course a few months ago called Yes, It's Yours. As I continue to launch it, I'm going to become known for a subconscious reprogramming course, right? So you get to set the tone for how people treat you. And so by you showing up and allowing yourself to be made known about a certain thing, that's how you'll become known for that certain thing.